Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll call this meeting to order. We have 4 of our 5 members present. The first item is approval of the agenda. And I just wanted to add one thing, just a discussion about 120 Rockwell Street. Kathy had brought it to my attention that they're desiring to donate that property to us. And so maybe we can add that as item number 4 while we wait for Samantha.
I motion to accept the agenda with addition of the 120 Rockwell property as item number 4.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Kathy, can you call us out for a vote?
Eric Boyda,
Yes.
Tim Dodge, Dick Cook,
Yes.
Rodney Griego.
Yes.
Okay. The next item is the approval of the minutes. Kathy sent them out when she sent out the agenda.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
I second.
Okay, Kathy, can you call it out?
Eric Boyda,
Yes.
Rodney Griego,
Yes.
Dick Cook,
Yes.
Tim Dodge.
I think Tim.
Hey Kathy, I'm here.
Perfect.
Okay, so the first item that we'll talk about is 120 Rockwell, which I just sent everyone a property checklist. We'll just have to send our comments to everyone, but here's Grindstone Canyon and then Resort Drive. And so I think this is Santa Ana.
Yes.
And then here's Rockwell. So this parcel here, they're wanting to donate it to the village. I included the slope layer. So I haven't been out to the site, but it seems like it's probably pretty steep.
It is.
Okay. So my just upfront assessment is if it seems like it's something that's buildable or usable for affordable housing, or if it's something that could be sold, that's the only value that I see in it. Kathy, did you know when this person is looking for an answer?
Well, he was talking to a contractor and he said he didn't have the money to thin it. And she said, well, maybe you could give it to the village. And she just reminded me couple days ago when I sent it off to you. So we have a thinning in that area. He's in our implementation, so the sooner the better, but I think he'll take the answer whenever we get it to him.
Okay.
So I didn't actually talk to him.
Does everyone think that they can go look at the property by the end of next week and have their comments in?
Yeah, we can. I've actually marked the properties next to it. It's fairly steep and fairly rocky, and it's not super steep. There are houses on either side of that property, so it is buildable for a single dwelling. For
Okay.
multiple units, I don't know about.
All right. Well, let's just see if we can get the checklist done by next Friday. Okay. The next item is Samantha, your Alamogordo Street vacation.
Yes, thank you. Were you able, okay, great. This lot owner, the address is 145 Fern Trail. She is requesting that Alamogordo Street, that portion directly behind lots 8, 7, and 6 she's wanting to see if we have any hesitation of vacating that. I don't believe that would ever be built out. You can see where the portion behind 4A was vacated. But I wanted to ask you all your opinion from your respective fields if there would be an issue vacating that before she invests too much money into this.
Yeah, Samantha, that's a landlocked area that's really got no access or anything else. We've been thinking that we should offer it to those landowners for a number of years now, so we'd be glad to see it go.
Is there a way that you can just extend the dedication of Fern Trail and just swap to have the easement on the south side of the lots?
So you're saying us acquire Fern Trail and make that a dedicated easement and to give them the portion of Alamogordo Street for an equal distribution? Our code doesn't mention anything about that whenever it talks about vacation. And I just don't know if it's apples to apples since Fern Trail,
I was just thinking from
flat piece.
I was just thinking from a perspective of, so there's a road there. And honestly, if Rodney is to keep moving the river trail along, I know that Fern Trail isn't right there on the river, but it's a likely candidate that it could help us get through that stretch of those houses. And so it'd be nice to have it actually be a public right of way.
Yeah, that's kind of a narrow thing, and the houses are lots, some of them are pretty small, but the people that are really wanting that property up there that compromises Alamogordo Street are actually on the north side of that. So I don't know how you would.
I thought it was this. I thought it was these lots that were interested in it.
I think it's the ones that are north of there that are interested in the acquisition.
They both want it. That's the problem now. Both sides of that Alamogordo Street would like half. So part of the vacation process was for her to notify the adjacent property owners to Alamogordo Street. And after doing that, it came out that they are interested in acquiring half of that as well.
Property.
Handy wanted it for kids. Somebody trying to.
So it's like with lot 6, 7, and 8, she wants to vacate Alamogordo Street. It's platted, but it's never been built out, and it's not even usable. She was bringing up, or Eric was bringing up, if we swapped for Fern Trail, like basically adjust that south lot line up above Fern Trail and then to give her Alamogordo Street. Is that even possible because anti-donation?
My initial thought was a summary replat, but she wasn't the original developer, right?
No.
So, that wouldn't be the case. And, I don't think that would be a clean deal. You have property owners on both sides of the streets. So on the vacation process, normally, if somebody petitions us to vacate a piece of property, half goes to them, half goes to the other property owner, or the first option. If the other property owner on the other side doesn't want it, then the one petitioning gets to purchase it from us. So it really doesn't talk about a swap of land. Vacation's more focused on acquisition. And, where we've done, similar type of issues there, up to Musa, those are more, replats. So, I think, trying to do a swap would be a little bit more challenging. It's a good idea, but I think it's just, the process would be, we'd have to, do one transaction and then do another transaction. Is she the only property owner?
For those 3 lots?
Yes.
No. And then, like you're saying, the people up on Roswell Street above Alamogordo, they do want half of Alamogordo Street, half of whatever is vacated.
Yeah, see that's, if we don't have any use for it, it's just cleaner to go through with a vacation of it and let the, property owners purchase or, pay us for the value of the property and move forward.
Can we see about trying to use those revenues to see if they were interested in vacating Fern Trail there and buy it with the revenues?
Yeah, we could do that.
They're probably not interested, but maybe we could try.
Yeah.
So Fern Trail is the road that's built out down there.
Yeah, so it has sections where it's in public right of way, and then other sections it's not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a prescriptive easement at best.
Can you maybe share your screen, Sam?
That is Eric sharing his screen.
Oh, you want me to share so you can use it?
No, second. Okay.
I've got it shared. Let me try to do it again here.
No, I think you did. I just, the way I had my screen, I couldn't. Okay.
Okay.
I had something else opened up that I was reading through for the mayor, so getting to the mayor, but, okay, so they're wanting to vacate that section. What are they wanting to vacate? The Alamogordo?
Yeah, this little section here, Tim.
And which is the one that you're interested in?
This right here. It's so like on this side, well, I can actually pull up let me make this a little better color. So here is the public right away. So there's a right away here, but the actual road is here, and it doesn't fall on the our defined right of way.
And then the property up here on top that doesn't appear to have any access, that's Alamogordo?
Yes.
That's just all dead space in there, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, it's not accessible. We don't have any access to it.
And so when this section was vacated, they acquired this stretch of the road, which was this section. Maybe my idea isn't too, because looking at that map, Rodney, too, it looks like this is public right away here.
I would think, we may be able to, I think it'd be a question for Zach or somebody that has some land use experience, but, I think working with all those property owners to, move those lot lines, get rid of Alamogordo Street may be a good idea. The way that's laid out, and approach it in that manner. And then that way we have clear right away down on Fern, as opposed to, I think your suggestion's a good suggestion, Eric, if we can get them all to agree to it.
Okay. Sorry, Samantha, I probably made your job a lot harder.
No, I think the one proposing this, she would agree to it. However, I'll have to talk with the ones up there off of Roswell Street on the other side.
And just because it is that Alamogordo Street, that's a dedicated street, huh?
Yes.
Yes, it's just never been built. Or at one point, maybe it was built and they quit using it and now it's just overgrown.
I don't see any more access to it. How would you access it? The rest of it's been vacated, I guess, right?
Yeah, and part of it is because, so this area was, the original subdivision was approved in, I think, like 1924. And since its dedication, the reroute also shifted around. And then with this subdivision, the subdivision granted like a 25-foot on each side of the river right away. It's just a mess.
Yeah, you know, it would be cleaner if we could get 6, 7, and 8 to agree to, you know, just do a swap and move it up. The only questions that I would have is the adjacent property owners to the north, do they have a property right or a vested right in Alamogordo Street? And, you know, that's just the complications that it causes. You know, both of them have rights to it, but to swap it for Fern Trail, you know, would give better access. So I think we need to consult with somebody that has some you know, legal experience in land use.
And Samantha, just for your information, there's no indication, I've been in that area several times, there's no indication that there was ever a road bed there. Sure.
So you might want to talk with Zach, and then maybe, you know, Zach can reach out to Frank Koppler or somebody else that may have a little bit more expertise.
If we can do the swap.
Yes.
Okay, yep, she states that above lot 7, her house actually is 14 feet on Alamogordo Street
So she's already encroaching. Yeah.
since day one.
That's what I would do. Let's just not even discuss this any further until you have that discussion with Zach, and maybe I would think Frank would have the experience to guide us on this one.
Frank Coffer?
Koppler.
Okay.
All right. So thank you everyone for input on that. Let's get our agenda back up. So the last thing we have is just projects round robin. Rodney, do you have anything to discuss?
Just for a quick update on the beach project, all of the, or the majority of the border rocks have been placed. There's still an additional top layer, but that has to be placed whenever we're placing the fabric, the geotextile fabric. So what staff is currently doing is, as they're receiving loads of that base layer of gravel, they're putting that down. If the weather holds out and we have access to equipment, we should be able to finish that gravel layer by middle of next week. The geotextile fabric was supposed to be delivered by the end of this week, so hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow, we'll have the fabric and we'll be getting close to being able to order the sand. And that's all I have on that project, unless anyone has any questions.
Those boxes that can be the top are gonna be a little bit bigger than what's on the side.
Yeah, we'll make sure that when we're placing that top level, that they're a little bit larger in size. That way people it won't be easy for them to place.
Okay. If I was a little kid, I would go out there and pick up those rocks and do something stupid with them.
Yeah, I thought those rocks were a little bit small compared to what I had envisioned.
Yeah, some of that load, the way they delivered them, did have some small rocks. And I had mentioned that to Roper as well. I don't think, if there are any that are of concern of being too small and being displaced, we can replace those. And I can talk to Roper about, whatever, like an exchange or getting us the proper size. But we won't, underneath they should be okay. But again, the ones on top, we'll make sure that those are properly sized.
And if you're just a few rocks shy or anything, you can pick through that pile that's by plant 4. That's
Okay.
that same volcanic basalt that he's bringing you. Okay, let's see. Tim, do you have anything to share? Watershed projects?
Eric, I just wanted to talk a bit about, and I don't know if I apologize, I was on the phone with the mayor, but, on that one, property that we've been talking about on Fox Drive, I didn't want to initiate the assessment of that property yet. I want to, hold off until I get an opportunity to actually meet with the property owner. He's requested to meet with me. So I want to kind of hear from him myself of what's in his intentions.
Okay, we won't do anything until, you and Phoebe and Karen tell us to.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate that.
Okay, Samantha.
I can't control my mouse. I don't have anything additional.
Okay. Dick.
Okay, we've got a little project on a little cul-de-sac right away at Wingfield and the Keys Drive that we've let the contract on for thinning. And we've marked the Dollar General, the 5+ acres out there by Dollar General. We'll be thinning that, well, depending on the weather, probably within the next month or so. And the 30 acres out by the ballpark, Tom Dorgan has been in there, looked at that quite a bit, and I think he's pretty pleased with what we're doing out there. Weather kind of messed us up. We understand that we got about 8 inches of snow out there, and so it's going to slow that project down a little bit because it's on the north slope. Other than that, that's about it.
Sounds like a good problem, though, Dick.
Yeah. We'll take moisture any way we can get it.
The only, I've got 2 things. So I'm going to be talking with Ron about to schedule a meeting with the architect that's working on Horton Complex to coordinate the entranceways with our stormwater project. Chris had a couple concerns that I think that we can rectify. And we'll try to look at scheduling something next week. And then
Eric, I was under the impression that was happening today. I just talked to Ron about that. So there may be some confusion. You might want to give him a call back.
Okay. I'll give him a call. I hadn't even talked to him yet about it. He might be having a meeting with the architects themselves, but I'll call Ron after this.
I talked to him specifically about that because White Sands had said that they had some concerns.
Okay.
I asked him if he had resolved that issue yet, and he said that he had a meeting with White Sands and your people today.
Okay, I'll reach out to him.
I may have misunderstood him, but let's get on the same page.
Okay, and then I asked Chris Phillips with Riverbend to get us a proposal to finish out the Wingfield Park design and construction for the drainage improvements on the south and the west side. And so he's going to have that submitted to us by December 11th for comment. Other than that, that's all I got. Anyone else have any comments before we close up the meeting?
The only thing I got is, it's kind of off subject, but Rodney and Samantha, we decided to go ahead and let's get back to Rio Doso Safe operational. Okay.
Starting this weekend?
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump off this call, guys. So yes, Samantha, for this weekend. Okay. Thank you, guys. You all take care.
All right.
I'm sorry
Hey,
about that, Robert.
Eric,
Yeah.
I had a question with your,
Get off this
Tim,
real quick.
CityWorks.
Sorry, let's let Tim. Okay.
With
Yeah.
CityWorks, are you using the county parcel map for uploading into there?
Yeah, that's the one that we've been using for anything that's like property based.
So what are you doing whenever the map becomes as outdated as it is today?
And we don't do anything different.
You're just working off of it? Because, you know, there's been a lot of splits and combines and property owners that have changed hands, and none of that has been updated.
So whatever is in our geo database is what is published to CityWorks. So if the county just hasn't shared theirs, then we just use whatever the county gave us last.
And that doesn't create any problems for you?
I think the person who uses the parcel data the most is Dick. Dick and Kathy, does that cause you issues?
Mapping's always been an issue for us. I guess one of the main things is the overlay map, the base maps, and those things are pretty poor as far as being able to locate anything on the ground. But the data that's in there, Kathy usually goes to the county, and if we have a question and gets it resolved. So it takes maybe a step or two on some of the stuff where we have to work with, but most of the time it's not that bad. Kathy, jump in here if you've got something.
Well, it can become an issue sometimes, but like you said, I have to go through the county onto their website and look at that and then come back and then put in the proper information on this side. I mean, it's just something we've done for years and years, Samantha, so it's
Samantha.
not,
Yeah.
it's not a pain. It's just something we have to do.
Samantha,
Yes.
let me interrupt for a minute. This is a gentleman named Robert from Homeland Security. And they're wanting to put a tower for first responders up on Pikes Peak.
Sure.
Go ahead.
We're on a pre-existing tower.
Oh, so it's a co-location.
Right, co-location on a pre-existing tower. And
Let me just end this meeting, Tim, since we're on YouTube. Let's adjourn this meeting and Samantha can get in touch.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Stand by, you're almost clear.
Thank you.
All right, you're clear.